My name is JJ Gonzales. I live in Islip, New York, with my lovely wife for 43 years and two dogs. Occupation at this point, I'm a consultant. I'm really retired, but I'm a consultant with a small publicly traded logistics conglomerate. I sold my business to them about 8 years ago, and that's probably about the time I started, a little later than that, investing with Ashcroft. I had owned multifamilies, small multifamilies years ago, and it was a very unpleasant experience. You manage the manager. That's not my full-time occupation, not something I wanted to do. But I got involved in this because I heard Joe speak on his podcast, and the irony is that he was interviewing a fellow who's from Long Island as well, Dave Hunstein, a former police officer, who's also into real estate. So I started investing with Dave in Dayton, Ohio, and at the same time we knew somebody who actually knew Joe, and it was like, well, Joe's got an operation going, give him a call, and the rest is history. I like the idea that when I speak to somebody there, whether it's Joe or somebody else, that I get an answer quickly. I also get my money very, very easily every month it arrives. It arrives like clockwork. And I like the transparency. This may be one of your other questions, but I like the transparency there. The notes that we get now on a monthly basis telling us about the updates on the properties. And during the pandemic, we're still in it, but during the beginning of the pandemic, when there was a great bit of fear that people would be paying their bills and nobody's going to pay rent, there's a rent moratorium. And these three properties that we're invested in are all in Texas. But Texas is a little bit different than the rest of the world. But still, there was some trepidation there. And it just turned out that we found out on a monthly basis what was going on, what the occupancy level was, how collections were going, what Ashcroft was doing to help their tenants. It was very nice to see. It was enlightening, but it also was reassuring. So it was comfortable. We have been involved in at least 4, if not 5 deals with Ashcroft. And we're presently invested in 3 of them. And all 3 are going well. Can't complain. I like the team. I know Joe, don't know him personally, but I know him to talk to him. I've spoken to him several times. Of course, now he's a big shot. When I knew him, he was just starting out, and now you've got all these assets under management, very impressive. But it's been a good relationship. I can't complain. Well, I think that anytime you put money with somebody, you want to be able to sleep at night and not keep one eye open and keep an eye on them. Joe, and I don't know Frank. I've heard Frank speak. I've seen him, but I don't know him. I've never talked to him. But when I talk to Joe and I ask a question, comfortable or uncomfortable, I get an answer. And I don't get let me think about that. Let me get back to you on that. I send an email. I get a response very quickly. And Joe will tell me up front if it's something he's going to do or somebody else at the team is going to handle, which is not a problem. But just knowing that I can reach out and feel comfortable when I have a question or a concern, which is rare, but it's nice. It's a good feeling. Well, the first would be transparency. The second would be the communication aspect. And I guess the third would be the trust.
And what results have you achieved since investing with Ashcroft?
I think my annual ROI after the sale of properties has been about 20% a year. So I can't complain about that. The market goes up, the market goes down. Multifamily goes up, multifamily comes down, but so far it's been going up, hasn't come down. And I do invest with other people. Joe is not the only person I invest with. I keep saying Joe, but Joe is Ashcroft for me. It's not Ashcroft, it's Joe. And of course, the name Joe Fairless, he can't be anything other than fair. I reach out to Joe when I have a question or a concern, and he's always there to give me an answer. So when he reached out to me, I said, sure, why not? Just it's reciprocal in nature. Okay, great. And we all want to see our face on a billboard, don't we? When I reached out to Joe and I said, I'm also involved, I want to be involved in mobile home parks and self-storage. And he said, well, I don't have any of those, but I said, fine, who do you invest with? And he gave me a couple of names, and they've turned out to be pretty good recommendations as well. So it's not just all about putting all your money with Ashcroft. It's, it's that you consider him a friend, even though you don't know him yet. I've never sat down and had dinner with him, never been in the same state, I'm sure, but like anything else, you get a warm and comfortable feeling of dealing with somebody for a period of time, and I feel that way about Ashcroft.